Think of a firm but concerned entity who knows all about your learning habits, your strong and weak points, and your fears, who's always ready to work with you as long as you continue to try. After the greetings, the healing shower, and any other detours for recuperation work, our next stop is a formal meeting with our guide. A spirit guide's like a teacher, a coach, and a supportive friend all in one. And because soul groups often have new teachers in training, we might even have 2 senior souls guiding us. The prospect of this meeting generates enthusiasm if our soul is coming from a productive life of benefit to ourselves and others, but it can cause some apprehension after falling off the track we set for ourselves. This is where the concept of a soul contract comes in, though the term is often misunderstood. It's not a binding agreement, but more like the work performance targets you might jointly set with your manager for use at evaluation time, or planning out a college thesis with a professor. Dr. Newton details several life plans from his subjects. One involves the soul working on following through on goals. Another planned to avoid being corrupted by power and money, despite temptations. In fact, many seem to relate to the tension between the desires of the ego and being selfless and helpful to society. But another plan was simply to feel what desertion in a family feels like. While you might be thinking such experiences are cruel to subject ourselves to, your soul knows that you are in a safe place to study the full range of human experience. And have you ever considered how violent the video games are that we play in the safety of our living rooms? When possible, our spirit guides prefer a hands-off approach, letting us learn our own lessons, with a debrief between lives. However, they may intervene to give us the tools to be successful or to ensure that we consider our options. Guide interactions are where the idea of guardian angels come from. One of Dr. Newton's subjects recalls her guide being with her on the first day of school. She sat on her desk to comfort her when she was scared. She even showed the way to the restrooms when she was afraid to ask the teacher. Guides never make us do anything or override our decisions. They offer wisdom or inform us of a consequence. They can even turn up the volume on our conscience. They can give us thoughts of patience, responsibility, our parents' love. They give us comfort, support, and even inspire our ideas for creativity. Perhaps they even are the origins of the mythical muse as well. And in extreme circumstances, a guide can even incarnate as someone in our lives, an acquaintance, or rarely even a family member. But remember that we are the masters of our own destiny and can ignore their guidance even at our own peril. It's a partnership with a shared responsibility, but we are ultimately accountable. While Newton and Cannon's methods regularly help subjects contact their guides, other methods may be more convenient, including meditation, self-hypnosis, and prayer. Many people believe when they ask for help from a spirit guide, especially audibly, our prayers are answered. Dr. Newton cites a study wherein 1 out of 10 people admit to hearing voices of a positive or instructional nature. Still, be observant for subtle replies to your requests. Guides aren't supposed to reveal themselves, even when offering help. And guides are very reluctant to interfere with life challenges. To religious individuals, a guide may appear as a saint, Jesus, or even a personification of God. However, it's just as likely that our own higher self gives us the insights or strength to persevere. So whether it's one of our guides, our oversoul, an actual saint, or an angel, those who assist aren't concerned about getting credit that they deserve. And we shouldn't be too concerned either. Like parenting, sometimes guides are forced to let us endure hardships when that's what's best for us to learn the lessons we need to learn. So, how do we know whether we've learned our planned lessons?